Dawn.
Hi, Terry.
Can I ask a couple questions about exhibits? One of the things I've noticed in visiting the honoree section of the Mom's Choice Awards website are all of the opportunities that you provide.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those near the top of the list are exhibit opportunities.
Right.
In my short time with the company, what I've noticed is what seems like an incredible investment in creating those exhibit opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell us why that's so important?
Yes, well, as you know, prior to becoming executive director for the Mom's Choice Awards, I was an author. I am an author and a publisher. And so in my experience as an author and publisher, I participated in a lot of trade shows. And while I found them very beneficial, they were also very expensive. There are so many costs that go into participating in a trade show, especially if you're a small publisher. It's really hard to budget for these. But things like not just the travel that's required, and your time out of the office, but also the fees that are associated with renting your booth space and renting the furniture and renting the carpet and paying for signage and advertising at the show. And the fees just really can add up. Most trade shows can cost a publisher several $1,000s. And so when I came to the Mom's Choice Awards program, I wanted to create opportunities for honorees that were more cooperative, where honorees could invest into a program and participate and get the exposure they need for their product, but not have to bear the burden of those costs.
When an honoree is looking at exhibit opportunities, what kinds of things should they be considering in selecting? As you said, they're very expensive. What kind of criteria should they use to decide which one's the best for them?
Well, if you're an honoree, you have the opportunity of participating in our showcases for just a couple $100s. So that's the beauty. You can send your product with your Mom's Choice team and for a couple $100s and get the same exposure as you would if you were to be there physically yourself. So that's one of the beauties. In selecting what shows are appropriate for your product, one of the most helpful things is our website, because we have 35 to 40 shows a year that are listed on the website. And so depending on your product, you may have questions about, is this a good fit for my product or not? And for every show that we attend, there is a description there, and it talks about what types of products are exhibited there, what the buyers are looking for, and the attendance numbers. So it will give you a lot of great intel on what the show is about and help you make that decision if it's a good fit for you.
You know, in an age where everything is on the internet, and it's, you can type in, baby blanket and get incredible returns on your search. Why do trade shows still fit within the exhibit opportunities that the Mom's Choice Awards offers?
Although we've seen some decline in attendance in trade shows in the last 3 to 5 years, and that's primarily because of the economy and companies are cutting back on their marketing and travel budgets. But trade shows still continue to be very popular. And that's because buyers, these buying decision makers, want to come and physically see the product and hold it in their hands and just test it for themselves, and they find assurance that it's a quality product. And so you can't really do that on the internet. And so that's why trade shows continue to be a really important part of any marketing strategy. And also, it helps you get great exposure. I mean, in many of these shows, you are putting your product in the hands of thousands of buyers in one place in a matter of 3 to 4 days. So it's a really incredible marketing opportunity, and if you have it in your budget, you really should just not miss out on that.
Now, are trade shows all about the marketing? Is that really why you participate in a trade show? If I were a book author, am I only there to really try to get people to buy my book?
No, you could. In most cases, trade shows also have an educational component, and so there's a conference as well as a show. And so in many cases, you could use your investment to come to the show, not just to market your product, but also to gain an education.
35 to 40 shows. That's a lot in a year.
It is.
Does the Mom's Choice Awards team travel to all of those shows?
As much as we would like to say yes, no, it's not in our budget to be at every show. But through strategic partnerships, we are fortunate enough to have really great folks that represent our showcase, and will take our showcase and set it up and represent us. And so an honoree that participates in a cooperative exhibit, they pay a small fee, and then they send a product to be part of our showcase, and it's exhibited in the showcase that's clearly marked with professionally designed signage, Mom's Choice Awards, and your product is alongside other award-winning products, and it's very impactful when buyers walk by to see, you know, a showcase of award-winning product. It really helps to stand out. And then in addition to your product being on display, there are representatives there that are representing Mom's Choice, and they will talk about product. And if a buyer has an interest in a product, then they will direct them to the show catalog and to the page where that product information is. And so when the buyer gets back to their office, they have all the appropriate information for placing a purchase order for that product. In addition to the 35 to 40 shows that we have the showcase at, there are probably 5 to 10 shows a year where our staff goes to work the show. And sometimes we'll have an additional information booth or an area where honorees can do product demonstrations, or authors can do book signings. We'll have that in addition to the showcase. And then there are times when we're just physically at the show, walking the floor, and we provide concierge services to the honorees that are exhibiting in their own booths.
That's neat. Now, if I were an honoree, how would I find out? You know, what does your concierge service entail?
Well, there's a number of things that we do. We, if you're exhibiting at a show, for example, we provide promotional materials that help you stand out in your booth. We have the placards like the sign behind us. We have ribbons that we deliver so that you can display them on your product. It really helps to get the attention of buyers to see your award prominently displayed in your booth. And we do simple things like if a small company just needs to be relieved, you know, if somebody has to have a break, they can call us, and one of our staff will come and just man the booth while they're having a lunch break or whatever. But so we do a variety of services. We offer a variety of services for our honorees, and it's pretty broad.
I was gonna say, that's very comprehensive.
It is very broad.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that I may have missed in talking about exhibit opportunities?
One other advantage of our exhibit program is that once an honoree is an honoree, they don't have to just exhibit the product that earned our award. So if you are a toy manufacturer, for example, and you have a new toy coming out and you want to introduce that to the marketplace, then we open our exhibit up to products that have not yet earned our award. But as long as you're an honoree, you can put any product in your portfolio in our exhibit. So that's a great advantage. That
has to be wonderful. You know, you talked about having, you know, buyers all in one place, mm-hmm. and if you're a toy manufacturer and you can show 3 or 4 products mm-hmm. rather than just one,
right,
that has to be incredible.
Right. It's a great opportunity.
Now I understand why you've invested so much. Thanks for explaining it.
Thank you.